Hi everyone, it's me, Ben.
Why do you try to ruin our show at the beginning every time? This is why you weren't on for like 3 months.
No, it was because I had to go. You know what happened? That I wasn't on for 3 months.
What? Okay, we're not going to get into that. You tasked
My
us.
lawyer told me not to get into that. I'm joking. Go on. This is a beautiful picture.
Well, you asked you for ideas since we started running out again, and you said we should draw our waifus from back when we were like 7 or
No, not 7. This would be a whole different style of show.
Yeah, you're right. That was a bit
like
7th grade. How about that?
Man, this episode has a lot of potential to just like go awry. Like 2 late 20-somethings, 1 early 30-something talking about fictional characters that they have crushes on.
Well. To clarify, it's characters we had crushes on in the 7th grade, and I chose the 7th grade because I felt like that was like the last time I felt like I had a crush on a fictional character where it was pretty innocent, you know?
Yeah.
After that, you just become a fucking monster, basically.
I don't think mine was that innocent.
Yeah,
Really?
well, you know, you don't really exactly realize why, but you know, there's a reason. Looking back,
I didn't know this until recently when I was Googling about this movie that the character that I picked is from. But all the critics said that she was horribly miscast. And I kind of sensed that back then, even as a kid. But I didn't care because I thought she was very hot.
Yeah, you were like, oh, she should have been my girlfriend. That was how she was miscast.
Yeah, not Pierce Brosnan's girlfriend.
No chemistry. No chemistry.
So this is a James Bond?
This is James Bond.
This is
from the
James
Nintendo
Bond
game.
This is Dr. Christmas Jones from The World Is Not Enough.
Isn't The World Is Not Enough? I know A View to a Kill is like considered the worst Bond movie, but isn't The World Is Not Enough like considered like up there as one of the worst?
I don't think it's really high up there. You might be thinking of the one with Halle Berry in it, which is the one like where Pierce Brosnan like surfs a tidal wave.
Oh, that one's great though. Actually, no, it's terrible. It just has that great scene.
Yeah, I don't think The World Is Not Enough deserves like the flack that it gets. It's a very entertaining movie. It goes back and forth between action scene, tits and ass, action scene, and it does that until it ends.
Yeah, well, the 90s also had like the huge extreme sports craze, and I feel like some of that had to seep in too.
Oh yeah,
because like the surfing thing, obviously that had to be inspired by that.
Yeah,
right.
That makes sense because there was like an sports craze. I remember that.
Yeah,
all of my friends like got into skateboarding.
Oh yeah, no skateboarding. There was do you remember the XFL? It was the it was the NFL with like professional wrestlers, and they had like they would do professional wrestling moves on each other.
No. I don't remember that. That sounds awesome. It was
very short-lived, if I recall.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it did. The whole premise was faulty from the beginning. So.
Yeah, and the X Games blew up around that time too.
Yeah, and Brink from Disney came out, I believe.
Brink?
I've never once heard of that.
You guys don't know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, we'll have to fix that later because it's only the best Disney original movie after Johnny Tsunami.
Ooh.
Well, Johnny Tsunami's another good example, I would say.
Oh yeah,
it's true. I'm just proving your point.
Extremely goofy movie.
Absolutely, 100%.
Listen, this topic isn't quite my expertise, but that's my one entryway into the extreme years.
Absolutely, mine was Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Yours was Extremely Goofy Movie. We are not the same.
And I remember Tony Hawk Pro Skater too. I would just play that game to listen to the soundtrack.
Dude, me too. I had 2 and 3. I had 2, 3, and later 4, but like especially 3. That was my taste in music growing up. Was Tony Hawk Pro Skater music, basically.
Man, do you remember how easy it was to impress you back then with video games compared to today? Like,
I don't play enough video games.
Right.
I see a boy shooting a Halo, and I just go, whoa.
Well, me and you are actually kind of the same in that regard. I don't play like hardly any video games today, but I remember back then, like this game actually, The World Is Not Enough, had a multiplayer mode where you could go head to head, and they would put me and like my friend who came over to my house, we were playing on the same TV with split screen. They would put us in this giant map, and we would just walk around for hours trying to find each other so that we could shoot at each other, and then do that 20 more times until the game said there was a winner.
So why this girl in particular? We didn't really talk about why she's your Wayback Waifu. Skinny human with breast?
Yeah, I mean, there's something about Denise Richards in particular at that time, because I also have a crush on her other character from, what's the space movie with the bugs?
Starship Troopers.
Yeah, that one. She just pulls me in, dude.
I was personally more into two-dimensional women when I was younger.
See, that,
I didn't really like have any like crushes on human women until like after puberty, really.
Yeah.
I had to transition. I didn't get into anime until much later in life, and so
I'm not even just talking about anime. I mean like sometimes you see Mei from Pokemon and you just go, oh.
And that is anime.
She's got that shit. Well,
this is what I was talking about this episode.
But it's not like
I know.
I'm gonna die on this hill. Pokemon gets an exception because it's widespread enough. But or even like, obviously this is going back very young. But probably my first crush was probably Brittany from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Oh, okay, that kind of. I get it.
Yeah.
Mine was
Yeah,
Britney
it's just kind of like the.
You see, you like. See, you like Britney Spears. I like Britney from the Chipettes. We are not the same.
Do you remember those like undress games on Newgrounds?
I absolutely do.
I remember Britney Spears was the one that I would play all the time.
You know what? I would play those I would play the ones for anime characters, and I didn't know how to clear history, so I would like. Sometimes I would play like funny ones, like dress up Mario, but when you take off his clothes, he has like a big hairy dick. To try and like throw off the algorithm and make it think, see, I'm not playing this because I'm horny. I'm playing this because I think it's funny. As if I had to prove it to Google.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
or AOL at the time.
We were all concerned about algorithms back then.
There was a higher power watching me. I was convinced. Yeah, and I wanna make a brief correction.
Okay.
It was not Brittany from Alvin and the Chipmunks. It was Jeanette.
Oh, okay, very important.
Brittany is the main girl, and she's like the pink one, and that did nothing for me.
Too preppy.
Yeah. Why does these gross ass live action ones are everywhere? I'm trying to find a picture to defend myself. This.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. See.
Very humanoid.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
It looked like the regular chipmunks were definitely drawn like more animal style, like anthro style. This just looks like a girl. Like.
Yeah, it's just got like the nose is really the only thing that's.
Yes, a very small nose, basically. So, correction. It was. Can you put like a thing on screen? Because I really need to defend myself on this.
Yes, I will.
John was naming the wrong.
I'll
Please
defend
help.
your honor.
I need you to help me.
Listen, I'm going to include this.
Thank you. I love you. You are to me now what Jeanette was to me back then.
Oh no, that's not a good. But yeah, me and John were more so talking about our cartoon crushes. Kadin here being a normal person in a world full of weirdos.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't corrupted until later in high school.
No, I struggled to find anime, but I found it nonetheless. I found it through manga. So my story for this one is that Yu-Gi-Oh was pretty popular. It was on Kids WB, which I had access to because I didn't have satellite or proper cable.
You just had basic cable.
Yes, but Meia from there, it's not quite what got me into it, but it was the manga version of Yu-Gi-Oh, where it was still a little bit raunchy before it got out of the season 0 stuff. Mm-hmm. Like it just had Anzu in just kind of like sexier outfits in general.
Yeah, there's like the chapter titles with her in bikinis and stuff.
Exactly. So that's what caught my attention, and so I decided to pay homage to that in my drawing.
Right now, it kind of looks like it could be Wolverine. There's
I was gonna
claws
say
coming out.
Yeah, she looks like she's being a little sassy too. She's got the hand going.
Yeah, it's she's holding a jacket over her shoulder.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, this is going to be a specific reference to a particular outfit, which I'll pop up on screen. But do you guys know the wave body outfit she had?
Yeah, she's literally wearing a shirt that says wave body, right?
Yeah, so that's the outfit I went with this one.
I never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! In fact, looking at this, all I hear is Little Karibo's voice.
Oh no,
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, you were too late.
I got a formative experience of all the sequel series than I have of that original one.
Really?
Wow. Like 3 episodes each.
You need to read the manga.
You need to watch all of Yu-Gi-Oh with me.
I don't think that's true. I don't think I need to.
I have at least watched all of Yu-Gi-Oh and Yu-Gi-Oh GX in Japanese.
Yeah, that's dedication right there. Because
I tried to give 5Ds a fair shake, and I could not get into it.
Is that is 5D's the one with the motorcycles?
Yes, it is.
I liked that one. It was cool.
What? Really?
Yeah, I watched like the few episodes I watched one morning. They were all like in a prison and they were trying to escape or something, and I was legit invested into it.
Okay, maybe
it's a pretty strong start.
Maybe I caught a bad arc.
Maybe I have bad taste. I don't know.
I tried to watch a bit of Zexal, and it felt like they were. The thing about Yu-Gi-Oh that's always been interesting is that it even after the original series, they still had a bit of that, marketing towards the teen demographic over the middle school demographic.
Oh yeah.
And that was always a fun part of Yu-Gi-Oh for me, was that it's such a silly premise, but here you are marketing it towards mostly middle schoolers, but then you have like these like things that are like not appropriate for middle school, especially the first series where it was based on the manga.
Yeah.
And GX has a bit of that too. And 5Ds does as well. Zexal was the first one where it felt like they went full on. Okay, we're going kiddie.
Real kid friendly.
We're going kid mode here.
Yeah, the thing is, when you fight with cards, you're allowed to kind of push the boundaries elsewhere. So
I really like the color palette that you picked for this.
I do too. It reminds me of JoJo's, where they do like the alternate color palettes.
Yeah. I color picked basically, but but I really like those really gaudy color styles. I'm way into that. But
yeah, this could be like a poster or a sticker.
The only thing that I can see, and I think it's entirely the reason you don't like this picture, is there's something about the head shape that seems a little off to me.
Probably, but also you weren't supposed to mention that. But
oh yeah, before this, yeah. Ben was begging to cancel this episode. He said, "I don't like this picture," and we fought a bit physically. I wore him down.
Yeah, I've still got a couple bruises, but I should be fine.
Ben begged us not to mention the fact that his picture was so awful during stream.
No, I just said I was really rusty, and I didn't like how it affected my work.
You want to see Rusty?
All right,
oh my God.
Yeah. John insisted on jumping in for a drawing of his waifu. Did you? You said Wayback Waifu earlier, and that caught me by surprise because I named my file that.
I stole it from you.
We never spoke it out loud.
I stole it from you.
Yeah, I coined the term. I want the recognition for it.
I am sorry. It won't work that way. History will remember me as the victor.
Are you drawing Brittany?
No, it was Jeanette.
Wow, you're really sensitive about that.
I hate Brittany. I said her name by mistake. I thought Brittany was the good one, but
Ben, you should put up the one from the 3D movie in post.
Don't you fucking dare. So I'm drawing my waifu now. So I'm drawing Meia Vandred from the anime Vandred.
I don't think I've ever seen this before. Was it on like Cartoon Network or?
Absolutely not. It was on Encore Wham, which was my dad. He had all of the cable stuff like HBO and Cinemax and everything. And one of the channels we had Encore, and there were a bunch of different types of Encore. One of them was called Encore Wham, and I think it stood for Westerns and Movies. It was mostly foreign movies, I believe, but they had a block that was dedicated to anime.
High-class foreign stuff, including anime.
And so the two shows on that I got really into were Street Fighter 2V, which is everything I know about Street Fighter comes from me watching that anime, and then Vandred.
Is this before the days of Toonami?
No, this was 2007, so Toonami was actually on the way out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got really into Vandred. The plot of the show is that there's two planets, one that only has men and one that only has women, and a group of men wind up getting stuck aboard a female ship.
Okay.
And,
good premise.
Lucky guys, huh?
No, because they don't like women. They're all gay by conditioning, basically.
Oh no!
Really?
So
is that a thing for real?
Because they've only known men, so they think they're supposed to be with men.
Well, how do they reproduce?
In factories, because like they talk about how on the women planet, the women give birth, and they're like, that's so weird. A baby that isn't born in a factory.
I remember the only anime I ever found like outside of Toonami during those days was Tenjo Tenge on MTV.
Oh really?
Yeah. They also had Ergo Proxy, but I never got to watch that.
It's boring.
Okay.
Oh man, there's so many like weird animes that I never got the chance to see. Because like my only access was the manga because we went to the bookstore and I found Shonen Jump. But those were all like the hit popular ones that everyone knows about today. So now I don't get to say, oh, I found this really cool obscure thing from my childhood. Oh man. Yeah, this isn't as like manic as the last time you drew. Last time you drew when
I'm trying to honor. I want to honor my favorite character.
This is all very earnest. Like we owe these characters a good representation. They're very formative.
Yeah, she wears this thing on her eye that always reminded me of the Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Oh yeah, it just looks like a dragon's mouth. Just about to eat her left eye.
Yeah.
Is she the main character?
No. So the main character is a boy named Hibiki, who gets brought up onto the ship. He's voiced by, I think it was Tony Oliver voiced him, along with two other guys. There's like 3 girls that it's implied he could get with, almost like a harem type thing.
Mm-hmm. Is she one of them?
Yeah, but it's the one that's like, yeah, this definitely isn't gonna happen. She's totally not into it. She's totally into girls. Dita is the first one. Dita, Meia, and Juri. And Juri is like the sexy one, but I never thought that she was that sexy because she was, she's like the big booby one with blonde hair.
Sounds like the one that I would like.
There's also a character named Barnett who has the arc where she has to embrace being a girl boss, which I liked.
It's a good arc to have.
Yeah, I agree. Because like the girl boss coach gets killed, and so she like takes over.
Yeah, I googled it, and I do like Juri.
Well, good predicting from your part there.
It seems to be a pattern with me.
Yeah, so he winds up getting with Dita at the end. She calls him Mr. Alien. It's cute.
Oh, I'm seeing a reference of your girl now. She's really cute too.
Thank you. Well, you could tell by my picture she's cute. I think. What you really
I
mean.
knew that before I saw.
It's
that
just hard to tell
actually.
without the blue hair. It's hard to get the full effect. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, when you do a comparison, you can like label which one is mine so people know.
Yeah.
I can tell a story about her. I found Vandred when I was in the 7th grade. And when I found the show, it was on Encore Wham, and it was during the Easter break for school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I spent. It was on every day. It was a Monday through Friday show. So I watched it every day for the week and a half I was on vacation. And then when the first day back to school, because I went to Catholic school, we had to do a confirmation retreat because that year I was making my confirmation. And I remember taking the bus and specifically thinking like, man, I'm on a bus full of people who don't know about Vandred. It's one of those things
You
where
heard that meme? They don't know about Vandred.
I always felt that way when it was when I was a kid and I liked a show because I'd find a new show and it would become the greatest thing in the world for me.
Yeah.
I remember, I think the year after, maybe it was 2 years after Vandred, the anime Soul Eater came out, and I got super into Soul Eater. And I remember watching all of it subbed, and I watched chunks of episodes at a time, and I had never watched subbed anime that much before.
Yeah.
Soul Eater was the first show where like the dub hadn't come out yet, and I was like, I need to know what happens next, and so I just watched all like a big chunk of subbed episodes every day.
Mm-hmm.
I was so into it. And then that was like my favorite show for 3 months. And I think between Vandred and Soul Eater, I had something like that with Avatar: The Last Airbender because I found out I didn't watch the show when it came out, but I found out it ended, and I was curious enough to go, oh, I wonder how that show ended. And I watched the last episode, and it's just a bunch of people going ham, shooting fireballs at each other, and I was like, all right, I'm very curious how this what led to this, and I went back. First season is very much a Nickelodeon show, and I was like, oh, that's kind of whatever. And I'm surprised I stuck with it, but I'm glad because season 2 was very good, and then I really liked Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Me too.
And I got super excited for that live action movie.
I rewatched it recently when it was on Netflix, and I think it holds up. It gradually like ramps up in like storytelling and momentum.
Mm-hmm.
So that 3rd season is just a big payoff.
Oh yeah, I remember loving that 3rd season.
Also on the Soul Eater story, that's an anime that I've actually seen and I remember a lot of. And I agree with you, the sub is superior because I love hearing Black Star go wahoo, and Brittany Karbowski, bless her heart, doesn't do that correctly.
Dude, do you remember the episode where Maka goes? She gets the madness from Corona and she starts going crazy.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember being like so excited to see how the dub did that scene where it's when they're underground and they're fighting Medusa, but Soul and Maka are fighting Corona, and then like the black blood goes into Maka and she like starts going crazy and being all cartoony and goofy.
Yeah.
like a toon monster in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Comparing it so Ben understands.
yeah. I'm lost for this conversation, but Toon
So-
World brought me right back in.
Toon World. There you go. Yeah, and so she's doing that, and I remember thinking, "Oh my god, that's so funny! I'm so excited to see how it is in the dub." And then the dub, I'm sure they weren't paid very well, and they probably had to do like 10 episodes of that show in a day. But Laura Bailey did not feel like she was putting it all into it.
Oh,
She's
did
like,
Laura
"Oh."
voice the main character?
Baka, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's like, "Whoa, I'm feeling kind of funny," and I'm like, nah.
And that first season of Soul Eater is top. I love it. I remember I was watching it with my friends they had already seen it, and I remember saying to them, "If Death actually fights somebody, this is gonna be the best thing ever." And sure enough, he did.
Well, it's even great because in the manga he loses the fight and gets killed.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What? Maybe I did. I don't know. Did you hear that that new anime about the fire people?
Fire Force. It's a prequel.
Is a prequel to Soul Eater.
Yes, that actually got me interested in that show.
It's interesting. I don't know who the creator is, but they definitely make very unique worlds that they're so strange, but they don't require hardly any explanation. You just get it.
Yeah, no, it's impressive because I know people were saying that it was a theory that they were connected because they both had the laughing sun and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also like, no, that's just like his thing as an artist. That's just something he always incorporates, like how Rave Master and Fairy Tail both have Plu in them as a character. You know,
Yeah.
just like an inside joke for people who get it. And then I think the spoiler was that they were well, first of all, Excalibur shows up in Fire Force, and then
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
yes, Excalibur is there.
That's awesome.
And then I think they reveal that like the combustion when people combust and turn into demons, that's like the forerunner of what would become the Kishin eggs.
Man, that's pretty cool. Move over, Oda. We got a new like storytelling setup king.
Good, sign it. Don't want anyone steal it.
What's today's date? Monday.
I think it's still Sunday. Awesome.
Ben, do you want to kiss her?
It's a bit of an awkward angle with the microphone, but I'll try it later.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I don't think I have any parting words. Let's just end it.
Yeah, I don't really either. See you next time, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Ben's gonna talk now that it's the end of the video. If you like subscribing, press subscribe. If you like liking, press like. If you comment. Patreon, the end.